Okay, so I know that some people are still talking, they're rigorous, and that's fine. Just to repeat a couple of things that I've written in your chat. It's open. There are 4 big topics, so it's okay for one group to have a big topic like prefabrication, for example, which is part of industrialization, but might also part of it, for example. So it's okay to have the same themes. Ideally, 4 people in each group. 5, okay, we can live with 5, 3, well, maybe we'll have to do a bit extra. But ideally, it's 4 people in the group. And so we'll talk about what's going to happen next in a minute, because we need to do some work as well as talk. But I can see that we've got one group, which is good. How many people? We've got a BIM group here. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 people in a BIM group is very good. Okay, thank you. Oh, loads of people are typing now. That's very good. So we've got a group of, is that 3 people there? New Quang Koi. I'm guessing that BIM is not a person, but is the topic. So it would be nice if you got your complete names, because that will make life easier for me. Because I've never met you, so it's very difficult to have a little picture in my head of who you are. Insets table 2, right? So if you could put your complete names into the document, please, because into the chat, because I have to share this document with other teachers, and it will be a big help to know kind of who's who and what's what, and make sure that we are all quite literally on the same page. So where have I gone here? So group 5, okay, and you're going to do, oh, you're calling yourself group 5, that's confusing. All right, I'll call you group 5 as well. I'm just cutting and pasting into a Word document so that I've kind of got everybody in the right place. So you're group 5 and you're industrialization. Yeah. And back here, and now we've got a group, Nguyen Li Ki Kiang, and another industrialization group. That's fine. And you are a group, okay? Control C. Sorry to do it aloud. It just keeps me on track. And your industrialization, that's great. So, I'm hoping that pretty much everybody is at the same stage now. Go back here. I've got group 5. I've got the small group of 3. And into my document. And that's, hang on a minute. I've got that group, right? You got management and leadership, okay, Control C. This is, I'm not very good at multitasking, so if you can hear me huffing and puffing, it's not your fault, it's mine. Oh, there's group 1, okay, industrialization again, good. Okay, now how many people have we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. In group 5, I'm sorry, group 5, I'm going to have to ask somebody to speak. Group 5, your list of names, I can't, I'm sorry, I apologize, it's my fault, but I cannot see whether you are 3 people or 2 people. Because I have somebody called Anne, and then it says Koa Noon, which is fine, but I don't know if the Anne is a separate person or if it's part of the Koa Noon name.
So if
we, yeah,
like group 5 is 4 people.
So I've got in my group 5, I've got Anne and then a dash, and then Koa Nguyen and a dash, and Thin and a dash, and Huang.
Every dash is different people, teacher.
Okay, thank you. That's a big help. It's difficult for me when I don't know this. No, I have to admit it's difficult sort of things out. That was very helpful. Thank you very much. Okay, right. So I'm just going to go through what I have now in my Word document, and if you think I have got something wrong, I need you to tell me, and not in the chat, but actually say something, because otherwise I will assume that everything is good. So I have a group, a BIM group, and that is Doan, Tam, Bao, and Tran. Then I have a group which is called Group 5, which we just talked about, which is an industrialization group, and Koa Nguyen, Thin, and Hoang. I have another industrialization group, which is called Nguyen Li Ki Chiang, and Nguyen Bao Kan, and Nguyen Luong Nat Min, and Tran Huyen Truk. Then I have a BIM group which has 3 names, but I have no, I don't know what to call them really, last names. So I've got Nu, Wang, and Koi. that's not really very helpful for me, because when I go to look at class lists, I really need all of your names. They are looking at BIM. Then I have a management and leadership group, Pham Quoc Vinh, Phan Trong Nan, Nguyen Van Vinh Hung, and Duong Hong Tuet Ni. And then I have an industrialization group, Quoc Min Truong, Owen Tuk Nguyen, Quang An Doan, and Nigi Bao Trong. I apologize now for my pronunciation. Hang on, I've got a new group now from Dui Pham Kong Nguyen, group 9, okay. Let me just put you into my document. All right, okay. So that, I think, is everybody. Is there anybody who is not in a group? There might be somebody who's not in a group. And you really need to be in a group. There's too much work for one person to do on their own. So my recommendation would be that we talk about finding a group for you, sort of thing. Rather than somebody just working on their own. I don't think that would be a good idea. It would be difficult, because there are so many discussion exercises, and you can't really discuss it with yourself. Anyway, I think that's everybody now. That's good. I'm just going to do a quick count. So it's 4, 8, 12, 15, 19, 22, 26. That should be right. Okay. I think I might, in a minute, I might put that document into Canvas so that you can find it, so that I can find it. Everybody's got it. For me, I'm looking for one more person. I'll get back to you in about 2 minutes. Is that okay? That is fine. So, fine. 2 will be a small group, but it is doable. It is not ideal, but it will work if you are 2. If you are not able to find a partner, Koa, then maybe, let's just look at my list again, then maybe you could join the BIM group, which is only 3 people. That's a possibility, but of course that does leave one person on their own, which is not ideal. But then again, we have a 3-person management and leadership group, so maybe they could join that. So there are 2 groups of 3, and 4 is the ideal number. So those 2 groups could easily have 1 person in them. So there's management and leadership group with 3 people, and there is a BIM group with 3 people. But we will see what happens. I'm going to screen share, because I want to show you where we're going next. At least I hope I do. Hang on a minute. I always struggle with this. Right, okay. So let's just take a look at this document. Can everybody see the document that's lots of different colors?
Yes, teacher.
Great, that's good. Okay, now if you read this document, you can see that I have written some things in it that do not make sense. So looking at the first line, it says the issue of why has been and continues to be a problem for society in general. Governments have adopted X strategies to cope with Y. Agencies have tried to counter Y by blah. And people in general are worried about the impact of Y. Okay, your job now is to look at that document, but you are looking at it as a group, and you are looking at it to try to take out Y or blah, and put in words from your own idea. Okay, so if you want to work with BIM, then you will put in BIM words here, but you will not put in BIM to start with, because we need to start big and general and then work down to more specific things. So, for example, if you look at the green, do it together. You look at the green sections here, okay. The issue of industrial pollution has been and continues to be a problem for society in general. Oh, hang on, that makes sense. Governments have tried to adopt reduction strategies to cope with factory production or whatever, something like that. Agencies have tried to counter pollution by establishing, I don't know, COP meetings. And people in general are very worried about the impact of pollution. The construction industry has long concerned itself with certain aspects of pollution, and it deals with these typically in certain ways. And the certain ways are BIM, for example. So the idea of this document is that it is a template, and you try to go from the big issue in blue right way down to the orange section here, where you're going to ask a question, and your question will have something to do with BIM. But those people working with BIM, but those people working with management, it will have something to do with management. And this is the sort of first exercise that we are doing to try to start the writing process. So in order to start the writing process, you need to make notes, and those notes will look like a mind map. So if you've got a piece of paper, a document that everybody in your group can see online or in the same room, you need to write down all your ideas in it. So maybe you use a Miro document. Maybe you use a Word document. I don't really mind what you use, but if we go back to where did I put it? Oh, I can't remember where I put it. If we go back to our first document, we know that we have to put at the end of our assignment mind maps. So now you need to write down all your ideas for the words and phrases and concepts that you think you want to write about and you think might go into this template. Do you understand what you have to do?
Yes.
Oh, good. I'm so pleased. Does everybody else understand? Does everybody else understand what they have to do? Okay, no.
Slightly, yes.
Okay, so we need some mind maps. You know what mind maps are? It's when you write down an idea, and the first idea triggers a new idea. So the new idea gets written down next to the first idea. But the ideas can be written down in a random way. They don't have to be numbered or anything like that. So they're just the ideas that come to your group. So the first thing we need to do is these mind maps. Then we need to see if we can use this template we're looking at to try and do a little bit of simple writing. In other words, just filling in the blanks. I'm going to switch off my microphone, but I am here. I think I'm going to give you about 20 minutes to do the mind mapping, and then I would like you to screen share. Does anybody have any questions now? Because of course you could, if I can hear you if you have questions. But, anybody got questions now? Okay. Then I will leave this on my screen and switch off my microphone, I think. Okay, so I need to know, is everybody sorted out now? They've got some sort of mind map underway, is that right? Please reply in the chat with a smiley, one person per group. If you have a mind map underway, it doesn't have to be finished, it needs to be started. So I should end up with about 7 or 8 smileys, really, possibly more. I've only got 3. I need some more smileys, please. I need to know that it's underway. Still only 3 smileys. What's going on?
Teacher?
Yes, hello?
Can I make sure something?
Yes?
Yeah, in this semester, we will be writing a paper that describe how we're gonna approach a paper that we're gonna do later in the fourth semester, right?
Well, just a second. You're nearly right. You are right in everything except what you do in a 4th semester. In 4th semester, you might write about these topics that you are preparing now, but you might write about something else. What we're doing now is we are doing a practice run, a first time through, so that we have practiced the process and the skills that we need ready for 4th semester. And we also practiced doing some writing.
Okay.
So the topic that you choose in 4th semester may be the same, but it may also be different.
So this will be a group work or?
Yeah, this is group work.
Okay.
And in your group, you will write about 8 pages, complete. So each person will end up writing maybe, let's say, 2 pages each.
Okay.
But the pages will be the one that I show you in the first document, with introduction and so on, and then for example, the mind map that you're doing now would go at the back as an appendix. So that's why I showed you the first document, so that you had an idea of what we were trying to do as a group. We're not actually going to do the research. We're going to find out how we should do the research, what methods we should use, but we're not actually going to do the research. That's 4th semester.
Okay, so the content within those 8 pages is the process that we will be doing later on?
We're learning the process, you're right, yes.
So we're writing about what we will do, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're writing about what you would do if you could do the 4th semester project in 3rd semester.
Okay.
You see what I mean? So first we have to learn the steps that we need to take, and we need to talk about them, and we need to write about the steps. Then in 4th semester, we write about the steps that we did take. Then in 5th semester, we find out that there are some more steps, actually, and then we write about all of the steps. So the third semester assignment is the first stage in 3 stages.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, I think I got it.
Okay.
I hope so.
So do I. But don't worry, I'm here to help. So you just have to ask me.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. If I'm still confused on anything, I will just ask you.
Yeah,
Thank you.
you're welcome. So we've had a little discussion, and you're now doing some of the writing using the template, I hope. Another way you can do the template, I'm just going to show you briefly, because I'd like you to complete this as individuals or as a group. Actually, I'm not bothered. But what I am concerned about is that we get this process going, and the process. Why can't I find it? Let me just try this, see if I can find it. Why can't I do it? Oh, God. Why can't I find my PowerPoint? All right, well, never mind. Can anybody see a PowerPoint? Hello?
No.
No.
Yeah.
Okay. Don't worry. Take a look at the canvas. And in Canvas, there is a PowerPoint called Elective Prep Template Lesson. Elective Prep Template Lesson. And what I'd like you to do as a group is to try and complete that PowerPoint. So download it and write into it. Maybe you add some more slides. I don't know why I can't show it on I can't find it when I want to share it, but on the other hand, I can see it myself. It's really weird. Anyway, not to worry. As a group, you take that template and you download it. One person downloads it. Maybe you add some slides to it. I don't know. That's okay. If you add some slides. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you lots of homework. And lots of homework means that you write in the colored triangle template we just looked at in Word. And you also, as a group, try to complete the PowerPoint. So where it says, we have decided to, and then there are no words, then you write in what you have decided to do, okay? And all of this is preparation for the next lesson when you are going to screen share and you are going to show me what you think the structure is going to be for your piece of work. Because we don't see each other, or we don't have a lesson for ages. When the hell is the next one? It's like 10 days away. Oh my God. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to try to complete the PowerPoint. wonder if I can see it now. I'm just going to try one more time. Oh, no. I can see my timetable. That's no good. I don't know what's I don't know what's happening now. But the PowerPoint, you try and complete that, and the triangle that I have shown you, the Word document, we need to complete that too. And then, oh, you haven't seen it. Wait a minute, where the hell have I put it then? Just a second. All right, I'm gonna have to. Oh dear. Okay, I'm just trying to deal with that. And we also need to do a literature search for next time. I'm going to have to give you a lot of homework. Check that's there. So let's just put in here what your homework is. And that is a new group. Group 9? Is group 9 a new one? No. Maybe. I thought I'd seen group 9. Ian Duty Quang. Hong Kong. Okay. Yeah, I have seen it. Is group 9 a new group? Because I have 2 group 9s.
I think they are the same as before, but add one
But
more person.
Well, somebody's dropped out, haven't they? Has Hu Kiet dropped out? In the first group 9, you added a new member. Okay, who's the new member? I see. It's Hui Kiet. Is that right? And you've also changed the topic, correct? Okay, so your Kiet is the new topic, is a new member. But what's the topic now? Is it management or is it sustainability? Have we got management or sustainability? Sustainability. Okay, thank you. Sustainability. All right. This is. Okay. Your name is missing off the document that is now in Canvas, but don't worry about that. I've got you on my original. So the thing is, if we now all take a look at Canvas, I need to give you a little bit of homework. So your homework so far. Homework, yay. First of all, you try in your groups. In groups. Complete the triangle. Template. You need to fill in the blanks. You need to take a look at Canvas, and you need to complete a literature search, and you need to write about it. So you are answering the question, how did our group find So for the next time we see each other, and if I have a quick look at my timetable, where will we start today? We have our time together today. And then we have some time together on Wednesday, the 24th. And then the 29th. And then the 30th. So Wednesday, the 24th is the next time we see each other. So the thing is that you now need to take a look at Canvas, and we need to take a quick look at the third module. In the first module, there are some things which you will find helpful. There's the good writing reminder, and that is a questionnaire, and you can take the questionnaire just to see whether you can answer. There is an ELT prep. That too is a questionnaire, so you can go through it and you can answer the questions. You could do this as a group so that you talk to each other about the things that you need to do. Then there is a module called the first 2 pages. Can everybody see that one? The module that's called the first 2 pages. Hello. hear me?
Oh, I can
No.
see that it's like the whole thing, the first 2 pages, and then there's a 4 file in it.
Yeah, good. Okay, so there are a lot of documents out here. There are a lot. I've done a lot of preparation, but and they're all telling you the same things in slightly different ways because different people learn things in different ways. But you need to have taken a look at these things, and every time you can see a rocket, that's when there's a questionnaire. So if there's a little rocket, that is, if you like, the questionnaire which is there to help you. So you go through the questionnaire, you answer the questions, and you find out what you got right and what you got wrong. And then you try and fix what you got wrong, because you can take the questionnaire, you can do the little test again and again if you want to. Okay, so it's not a test where I record your scores. It's a test for you to test yourselves. It's for you, it's not for me. So there are little rockets which are useful, and so where we are now, we had the introduction, and we've got this preparation thing, we've got the triangle thing to do, we've got the PowerPoint thing to do as a group. The next thing you need to do is to take your triangle, the colored triangle, and look at the first 2 pages. And in the first 2 pages, you will find, when you look at the materials there, that your triangle, the colored triangle, gets bigger, right? Instead of just being what looks like, shall we say, half a page of writing, it should get bigger. You should end up writing more, adding things to it. Then, as a group, you need to do a literature search, and you can see that in the 3rd module. And the literature search is basically different ways of going to the library or to the internet, and you have to find, you have to hunt for good academic literature which would help you if you were going to do your project, right? So you're not actually doing the project, remember, you're writing about what you would do. But you need to tell me that you know how to do a literature search. You need to tell me that you know how to use the library and to use the facilities that the library offers. And these various documents in here will help you. But when you find documents, articles, chapters in books, whatever it is, when you find these things that you think would help you, then you need to write those things in a bibliography, right? So at the end of your piece of work, you have a long list of books, of websites, of chapters, maybe academic articles, but you have a long list of all of the things which would help you answer your question. So the thing that we haven't yet got is a question, all right? So now we've had a quick look at everything that you need to do for the next time we see each other, and you show me, right? There are loads of PowerPoints here. You need to look at those yourselves in group and figure out what it is you've got to do. They are fairly helpful, but we need, run it. we need to, by the 24th, you need to have looked at all of that stuff and you need to have written about it. So right now, you have the template, and that will get bigger. You need to do a literature search, and that will create a bibliography. You need, but on the 24th, group presentations. That's what you're going to do, group presentations. And the first thing you will present is that PowerPoint, the very quick PowerPoint, which says this is our group and this is our question. Of your question. Now I'm going to write question in big letters because this is an important thing. The question must have no obvious answer. That is really, really important. If you have a question which says something like, is sustainability important to the future? Okay, if you have a question like that, is sustainability important to the future? The answer is yes. And as soon as if I read your question and I know what the answer is, then why would I read about all of the literature that you have found? Do you see what I mean? So let's just try to talk about an example, really. So let's use that example. Let's just say sustainability. So, that, I think, is an example of a bad question. It's a bad question because you can read that and you think to yourself, yes, it is. And as soon as you think, yes, it is, that means the question was not a good question. But let me write the same question in a slightly different way, okay? Just take a moment. Oh dear, I made typing errors. Okay. Now, if we look at this new question, it's not so different from the first question, but it is very different, actually. So in the first question, we could just say yes, or we could actually say no. But the question was too easy to answer. If I ask this question, the next one, in what ways can sustainable materials secure the future of the construction industry? That is not a question that you can answer with yes or no. So when I ask the question this way, and I say, in what ways, that means there must be more than one way. Then I'm being precise about sustainability. I'm not saying sustainability in general. I'm being precise and I'm saying sustainable materials. And then I'm saying secure the future of the construction industry. So how are these sustainable materials going to make the construction industry a cleaner and leaner industry? Now that's quite a good question, because you can't answer it yes or no. And when I ask this question now, and you're sitting looking at it, you think to yourself, well, I know some ways that sustainability can help in the construction industry, but I don't know all the ways it can help. And that means the question is a good one, because then when you read about the answer, you will find out new information. It's very important that you see the difference between those two questions. So if you see the difference, please send a smiley. And that's one. I need a few more smileys, guys, or I will end up talking about this for the next 20 minutes. So if you understand if you can see the difference, if you understand the difference, let me know, please, with a smiley. Okay, I'm getting some more smileys now, but we still need more than that. So I can see that Vin Kwok doesn't really understand the difference. So let me explain it one more time. The difference is that in the first question, the answer can be yes or no. In the second question, it cannot be, the answer cannot be yes or no. In what ways can sustainable materials secure the future of the construction industry? Yes. It won't work, so to speak, because we need to know the different ways. Does that make sense, Vin Kwok? A little more understanding. Okay, that's good. So the thing is that the question needs to be open. It needs to be an open-ended question. So if when you're composing, when you're making your question, you use phrases like, in what ways? To what extent? If you use phrases like that, you will never, ever get a yes or no answer. So let's just try it. To what extent can sustainability improve what should we say, improve building techniques in the building industry, in the construction industry. Okay, well, sustainability, yes, it can do, but I don't know how. There's something I need to research. To what extent, in what ways can management contribute to a more efficient use of BIM? Well, I'm sure it can, but I don't know how. So that means I need to do a literature search to try and find out. Do you understand what we're trying to do with this question? Right, so I think there's plenty of homework to be getting on with, and it would be good if we were ready for next time. And next time, just to go over it, we need to have the question, the group presentation of the question, and we need to have done a literature search. So group presentation of the question and a literature search. I think, yeah. So, is there anybody who doesn't understand?
Mr. Bill, I have a question.
Yeah, please do.
Based on our schedule, next week would be the elective week, like for all 3 weeks will be all elective. So we don't see any gap between them. So we don't understand, because you told us that we will have lecture on 24th or 26th. We don't understand about that, because as what we saw, it's just 3 weeks in a row we will have the elective class for the whole 3 weeks.
Well, I'm going to be very honest with you. I don't understand either. Because I have a timetable and I can't see you in it very often. So I am thinking that you must have another teacher. Have you actually got a timetable in front of you?
I have it somewhere, so I think I will just download and show it.
Yes, please, if you could. Maybe it will make it easier for me to understand.
Yes.
Oh, I need to give you presenter rights. Who am I talking to?
It's me, John.
Yeah, I'm glad you. Sorry, Tran. I'm trying to do too many things at the same time. I'm looking for you now on my list. Where are you? That's you there, right. Okay, make presenter. So you have the presenter rights, and in a minute or so it will come up.
Okay, I'm trying to share my screen.
Thank you.
Can you see my screen now?
Yeah. And where is the where have we got Elective? I can see IT.
Right here. Yeah.
where we got the electric. I can see the tech holiday. Where the hell are we?
I don't know. This is the 3 row that I mentioned, so it's mean that 3 weeks, right?
Ah, I see. This 5, 6, 7. That's the 3 weeks.
Yeah. So here is all for the 3 weeks. Beside you, we also have Mr. Sao for the morning, and yeah. So this is all that we have. So we don't really understand because we don't have any other lecture like between the elective.
Well, I think in the end, this is a question for Mr. Carl because he's the coordinator. But let me see. I don't think I've ever seen this document before, so I'm just taking a copy of it. But where can you see that Mr. Sao is in the teaching?
The morning right here. Can you see my point?
Just a second. I was in the middle of something else. Sorry.
Yeah.
I could. You need to point a little bit. Just a second. Can you use your cursor to show me?
Sorry, it's right
Oh,
here.
there. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Just a second. That's why I couldn't see what was going on. It's because I couldn't see. Okay. So, Mr. Sao is seeing you every morning?
Yeah, I guess. Because we don't really see something else.
No. Okay. Well, I will send this to Mr. Carl, and I don't know what to say, and we will try and organize, because this doesn't look organized. I'm sorry to be so blunt, but it just says timetable will follow, and if this is your most up-to-date timetable, then it hasn't followed. But you can see where I am, so to speak. I'm in Thursday, Monday, Wednesday, and those are English lessons. This is really confusing.
Yeah, actually today is English lesson.
But not in my timetable, I don't think. Hang on a minute, let me just have a look back.
Yes, that's weird.
Oh, it is. It's English 3. Bloody hell. Okay, that's my mistake. But on the other hand, it's not a mistake because it's got you going with stuff you need to do now. So I've made a mistake, but it turns out to be a good mistake. So when does your elective actually start?
Next week, actually.
Ah, okay. But well, that's still okay. All right, then I've got some work to do now. I have to try and fix it with Mr. Sao because he doesn't know that I've just made a mistake. So I will write to him and tell him.
Yes, okay.
And I will let him know what we have started. Okay, I've got to go because I've got to write to Mr. Sao. I'm sorry, and I'm going to say goodbye and apologize, and we will see each other again next week. Okay?
See you and thank you for today.
Yes, and thank you for talking to me. That was very, very helpful, Crown. Thank you.
That's all right.
Okay. Right. Bye-bye now. Bye.
Bye.